Greetings, I'm Aris Latham, the Sunfire Gourmet, and I'd like to share with you a special collection of recipes that I developed using exquisite Jamaican ingredients. So we have things like mango, ackee, pineapple, you name it, the best of what Jamaica has to offer in a fresh cuisine. So we've put together pies, salads, juices, vegetable flush, pate, nut meat. Wow, it is quite a collection. And I really love to be able to see you take it into your kitchen and use it to unlock your creative culinary energy. And when it's ready, just call me for dinner. sunfiredfood.com. Enjoy. Yes, greetings. Andrea and I would like to welcome you into our Sun Cuisine lab, as we call it right here. What we're going to do for you today is bring you into the tomato vibe, as we mentioned about the tomato a little earlier. So Andrea's going to juice some tomatoes for us. We have 2 pounds of tomatoes that we're going to juice in our juicer right here, the juice extractor. And the tomato tonic, as we call it, it's a vital high because it really just vibrates your energy and lifts you up. The primary thing about this particular recipe is that it cleanses the body. So besides the tomato, we're going to use 1 medium-sized onion. Just going to cut that onion into 4 pieces right here. And along with the onion, we're going to use 1 small turnip. And we're going to cut that into 4 pieces as well. Now, what we're adding to the tomato are hot foods, foods that actually burn the mucus out of the system. They open up the circulatory system and let the blood just flow right through. We're going to add 1 thumb of ginger to this as well. Also, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic. And along with that, we're going to use 1 hot pepper, one of the Scotch bonnet pepper, and some fresh coriander leaves, which is also known as cilantro, or in some circles you might know it as Chinese parsley. So that is 1/4 cup of the cilantro. We're going to add this right with the tomato, and everything is going to be juiced along with the tomato. And in addition to that, we juice 3 limes. The juice of 3 limes. We're going to go ahead and put our lime juice in our bowl right here. And as our blend with the tomato, onion, garlic, turnip, hot pepper, ginger, and cilantro is ready, we're going to mix that right in with our lime juice. Again, this is a vital high. And if you have a cold coming on, if you have any type of respiratory challenges, you have the flu or something of that nature that you want to arrest, you drink this particular tonic right here and it dries the mucus out of the respiratory tract, opens up that respiratory channel for you so that you can get more oxygen coming into the blood. Now, the tomato itself, as you know, it is one of the most marvelous foods when it comes to the blood. Of course, red foods, you know, we want to build the blood. And in order to build it, we must first cleanse it. So with these particular products right here, we're going to cleanse and build simultaneously. So it also can act as an appetizer as well, because it opens up the appetite. So we're going to go ahead and add our blend right to the juice right here. It opens up the appetite as well. And you could actually use it as a sauce or as a gravy, as a dressing. Or you can just get a little shot and have it as a shot, just as a hot shot, as we might call it. So here we are, our hot tomato tonic, vital high, to open up that respiratory channel and enjoy tomato at its finest. Welcome back. Andrew and I would like to really share a very interesting secret with you. You know, as we were talking about vegetarianism, you know, many vegetarians include fish in their eating system. So we want to show you a way of really seeing where the fish vibration came from. So we're going to go into the sea, and we're going to do a seafood, ackee seafood. So Andrew's going to go ahead and get some of our ackee. You know, ackee itself, it's very unique to Jamaica. It's a protein, very rich, high protein. It's got a good friendly fat to it as well. And of course, you know, not cooking the ackee would make it possible for you to be able to digest it and assimilate it effectively. So we're going to pulse the ackee in the food processor with the S-blade, and along with the ackee, we're going to go ahead and use a variety of seaweeds. So he's just mincing the ackee down for you to make it a little finer texture. Not smooth, but just chunky, moderately chunky. Along with the ackee, as we mentioned, we're going to go ahead and use some seaweed. So let's go ahead and put our ackee in our mixing bowl. And the seaweeds, or sea vegetables, actually, they're really not weeds. They're vegetables. Just like the land-based vegetables that we know, these are also leaves and different flowers and things like that that grow in the sea. So we have the arame, we have the nori seaweed, which is what is used to roll the sushi in. And we have the ijiki, kombu. This is dulse. Dulse is actually a lettuce. It's a sea lettuce. And of course, we have the sea farine, or what you know as the sea moss itself. Seaweeds or sea vegetables are very high in trace minerals, which you're not going to find in the land-based vegetables these days. They're actually great for counteracting the effect of radiation. So if you're in front of the computer and doing things that generate a lot of radiation activity, then you want to go ahead and use seaweed in your eating diet on a regular basis. Now, Andrew's going to go ahead and mince up for us some vegetables. We have red pepper, sweet red pepper. We have yellow pepper. We're going to use a red onion, small piece of red onion, celery, and the scallion. And also we're going to use a small amount of the Scotch bonnet pepper. You know, because when we have seafood, we like it spicy. You know, so just as you would spice up your fish, we want to spice up our ackee right here. So what we have done, we have soaked our seaweeds for about 15 minutes, and now they're well hydrated. You have to put the moisture back into them. They're just dry when you see them. So once he's finished mincing up the vegetables, then he's going to go ahead and mince these seaweeds for us as well. Now, in addition to this, we're going to add a little lime juice right to this mix. We're going to juice one lime. Now, the lime itself is used as a marinade, you know, like how you would escovitch a fish. So the lime would actually help to do the marinating itself. So we're going to go ahead and just use one large lime for this dish. Just squeeze it right onto our ackee right here. And in addition to the lime and the onion and the garlic that we're going to use, we're going to also put some seasoning into this. So let us go ahead and press 2 cloves of garlic. Now, you want to press your garlic when you use the garlic. You know, in pressing the garlic, you activate the mustard oil in the garlic. And the mustard oil is an antiseptic. So garlic itself is, you know, just consider it internal deodorant. So we're going to go ahead and add these 2 cloves of pressed garlic right to our mix here. Along with that, we're going to use some fresh thyme. This is the Jamaican thyme. You know, that's one thing in Jamaica, as we say, soon come, which means we have lots of time on our hand, and nothing else typifies that than the fresh Jamaican thyme. Every time you come to the market, there's always lots of time waiting for you. So we have time. Just slow down and enjoy our seafood as we put it all together for you. Now, we're going to go back to the sea as well and add something very interesting. It's a granulated sea vegetable. It's this one here. It's the kombu itself, Kombu. And the kombu gets granulated. So you can actually just sprinkle it right on there, as you would say, sprinkle a little black pepper or something. Just a pinch of the kombu. Now, interestingly enough, the kombu seaweed is what they use to derive MSG from. So you can see what kind of flavor you're really putting into this by adding a little kombu seaweed to this as well. And we have an herbal blend here. This is a shrimp and crab boil blend. So this is what you would traditionally use in your shrimp and crab dish to really just give it that type of herbal seasoning that you so enjoy in those types of dishes. So we're going to go ahead and add 1/2 teaspoon of our shrimp and crab boil to this particular mix here. So we want to get that seafood flavor. We want to get that seafood energy because it is seafood. This is food from the sea, these seaweeds. So we're going to get these right ready for you as Andrew is getting our scallion finish up. He's going to chop our seaweeds. Now they all get soaked except for the nori. We do not soak the nori. And also the dulse seaweed or the dulse lettuce. We're going to use about 1 tablespoon of the dulse. So this gets chopped. This doesn't need to be soaked because it absorbs the moisture effectively on its own. Along with this, we're going to add a little allspice or pimento, you know, one of our favorites here in Jamaica. Okay.
Should I make it a whole pepper hot or half pepper hot?
Yeah, well, let's go easy on them, Andrew, today. Let me lighten up because they have the hot tomato tonic already to, you know, bring them up into the light. So we're going to just go ahead and we're going to do 1/4 of the Scotch bonnet for them today. Okay. And, you know, of course, with this type of dish now, we can add a little bit of touch of sodium. And one of the best ones we could use, and it comes from the sea as well. This is a sea salt, but this is just not an ordinary sea salt. This is the Celtic sea salt. So we're going to use a pinch of the Celtic sea salt right into our dish right here. And, you know, you see, along with the Celtic sea salt and all of these seaweeds, we're really getting a big, strong dose of iodine to really get this to the kind of level that we can really enjoy the benefits of having our seaweed. We're now going to cut our nori seaweed. You want to cut it in half, and then we put that together and cut it again. So we end up with 4 strips of the nori seaweed here. And once we get those 4 strips ready, we're going to just go ahead and just trim them right into thin pieces, right into our dish here. And Andrew has just added our dulse right to the mix, and he is chopping up the arame seaweed, the hijiki. Also, we have some wakame seaweed that he's chopping there as well. And there's a little kombu that is in that mix as well. And again, they've been soaked for 15 minutes to rehydrate them so that you can be able to enjoy them and digest them without any challenges. So as you can see, you know, it's truly a seafood dish. You know, with all of this sea vegetables going in here, you're really going to get a strong ocean flavor. And you know, that is the flavor that you really enjoy when you eat fish. The flavor that you enjoy when you eat fish is not distinctive of fish. It is actually the flavor of the ocean, of the sea, okay? That iodine flavor, those trace minerals even going to come out and strike you even on a much stronger note now once we have added these particular items to it. So we have the moss. The sea moss is going to be chopped up right now, and once that is chopped up, we're going to get everything mixed for you. We're going to go ahead and add a little olive oil to this. We're just going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and start tossing here.
Here we go.
Okay, here we are. All right, so you see the vibration, you see the color vibration, you see the effect of the rainbow, you see the Jamaican colors, you see the Ethiopian colors, you see the Rasta flag right here, you see the Garvey flag right here, ice gold green on black. Thank you. Hey everybody, Carolyn and I would like to invite you in to share some excitement with you. And Carolyn is going to start cutting up our pear right here because right away we're going to get right into our tropical life salad. The tropical life salad is a fruit salad, a vegetable fruit salad. Vegetables that you traditionally, or fruits, we'll say, that you traditionally would use as vegetables. As we know, everything with seed or seeds or fruits. So we have our avocado pear. We have our tomato. Carolyn is going to just go ahead and put it right into our mixing bowl right here, the avocado pear, one large avocado. We have the tomato, two of our large tomatoes, and the tomatoes have been de-seeded. So we've taken the seeds out of the tomato, as well as the tomatoes. The cucumbers have been de-seeded as well. And we're using one large plantain that has been diced. We have spinach. We're going to use some spinach leaves. And this is the tropical spinach that's grown right here in Jamaica, very rich spinach. Of course, the spinach is not a fruit, but it complements the dish that we have right here. So we're going to also use okra. Okras are fruits. You see the seeds in them. So we're going to put okras right in. Yellow pepper as well. And also the zest from the cucumber is going to go in. And we're going to turn up a notch with some scallion as well. It's going to go right into our salad there. Along with that, we're going to make a dressing, a sauce to go with this tropical life salad. So we're going to use the juice of one orange for this. And also we're going to put the pulp of the tomato and the cucumber right into our blender as well. And along with those, we're going to put just a little bit of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of olive oil right into our blender, as well as a Bombay veggie blend. This is an Indian spice blend from Bombay, so we're going to add that to our tropical life fruit salad here. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of our Bombay veggie blend, and it has a curry vibration to it. Okay, so that's 1 teaspoon. And Carolyn is going to go ahead and get our cucumber and plantain right into the mixing bowl and get all those things harmonizing for us. And while she's doing that, we have a special salt from the Himalaya as well that we want to introduce to you. This is the Himalayan salt, or in some places in India, it is known as the black salt. So we're going to use 1 teaspoon of our Himalayan black salt. That is 1/2 of a teaspoon of our Himalayan black salt right into our blender with the other ingredients to get our sauce that we're putting together for this particular recipe right here. Also, we're going to put some dill. We're going to put about 1 tablespoon of dill weed right in. You know, dill weed is really great for the digestive system. And besides these items, Carolyn is going to also add some olives. We're going to use 3 different olives. We're going to use a pitted green olive. So she's going to slice those green olives up for us. We're going to also use a black pitted olive. And also, we're going to put some spicy olives in there as well. So we're going to get 6 of these spicy olives and ask Carolyn to slice these up for us. Let's get our black olives on the table. Okay. And while that's happening, let's continue with our sauce here. We're going to put a little sesame tahini, a little sesame butter made from the sesame seed. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of our sesame tahini butter right into the blender. We're going to also add a little zucchini. You know, zucchini is also a fruit that we traditionally eat as vegetable. So we're going to grate a cup of zucchini right into our salad bowl right here. Okay. And let's proceed with blending of our ingredients for the dressing right here for our salad. Okay, that's all it takes. It doesn't really require a whole lot of blending. These are really smooth, easy to process ingredients. So this is our sesame tahini dressing that we've put together for our salad right here. We'll pour it right on. And let's get to tossing that together. And as you can see how it's coming together here. And you know, we call it a tropical life salad. You know, all of the vibrant colors of the tropics, you know, the red, the gold, and the green. You know, these are what we call the traffic signals. You know, you see them all on your traffic lights all over the world. Red, gold, and green. Universal food colors that appeal to all of our appetites. And this looks like it's quite ready here. Let's go ahead, Carolyn, and put it right back on our serving dish here. Okay, here we go. Now this particular salad is great, even though we call it a tropical life. It is great for anywhere you are in the world, because you know, if you're experiencing a temperate or cold environment, one of the best way to bring some tropics into your world is to bring it in the form of an abundant salad. Carolyn is just going to use the olives and garnish this dish for us. And we're going to sprinkle some of our cucumber zest here. Let's put some black olives, green olives, spicy olives. It's abundant with sunshine, lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, and you see it in the reflection of the color. You know, when you eat the spectrum of the rainbow, you're getting a balanced diet. Wow, Caroline, was that fun?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, them not nothing yet, you know.
I'm telling you.
The real fun begins.
Yeah.
Paradise pie time.
Okay.
Okay. So what we have, Carolyn?
I've got some nuts.
Okay. And coconut.
Almond, yeah.
All right. So we have the almonds and the coconut that's been ground. And Caroline is going to start mixing that together for us. And this is fun stuff. So you can put your fingers in it, Caroline. Just just get right down and put all that love in it. And you see the little paste she was mixing in with the almonds and the coconut? That is a jam. That's a jam that we made with the raisins and kneesberry. That's a raisin kneesberry jam with a little cinnamon in it as well. So this is the crust for our paradise pie. Of course, you're going to soak the nuts first before you grind them. Soak them for 12 hours so that you can remove the enzyme inhibitor. That way the nuts will digest without gassing you up. So once that is all ground, mixed up together, then we get our pie dish. Put a little oil on the pie dish and we're going to press it right in. And once we've pressed it in, we put it in our dehydrator if we want to keep it all the way live. We don't want to bake it and, you know, kill the enzymes. So we put it in a dehydrator at 125 degrees for about 6 hours. Otherwise, you know, we can just go ahead and put it in the oven. And in the oven, you put it at 275 degrees for 30 minutes, and you get a lightly baked crust. So now we're going to take it to the next level, and we're going to start filling this pie for you. So we're dealing with the mango berry pie, and we have mangoes that we have ready for you, sliced and ready. We're going to just layer the mangoes right in to the bottom of our pie shell. And of course, these are some real delicious Jamaican East Indian mangoes that we call them. You know, mangoes originated somewhere in India, you know, about 4,000 years ago. What a history. And there are varieties and varieties of mangoes. You know, there's, I went to the mango show at the Rare Fruit and Spice Park in Redlands in Florida, and they had 101 varieties of mangoes. Oh, fun. So, you know, we're going to keep the fun moving right here with our mango pie. So we just put it right at the bottom of our pie shell, and then we're going to go ahead and put a jam. This is a berry jam. This jam was made with strawberries and blueberries along with raisin. So this is a berry jam that we're going to just glaze right on top. And it's just a soft, smooth spreading of the jam. And as we spread the jam, we want to fill in all of the holes right down at the bottom here. Now this jam was made with a half a cup of raisins and 1 strawberry and a 1/4 cup of blueberries to get this berry jam here. So it's all the holes are filled in. You just press it down a little bit, put a little pressure on there, and we have that first layer ready. Now for the second layer, we're going to go ahead and peel this other mango. Now in peeling a mango, you know, there's a little science in peeling a mango, you know. You can peel it just like you peel an orange. You just go right around, you know, in rotation, and just keep turning your mango. The knife doesn't actually move. With this particular technique here, it's just the mango just keeps rotating right into the knife. Or you can come with the other technique where you use the knife as a saw, and you go with that sawing motion with the knife and to get the skin of the mango off. You do not want to cut too much of the meat off of the mango with the skin. So you really need a small, sharp paring knife that you can maneuver easily and get right up under that skin without getting too close to the meat. So we can use as much of the mango for our pie here rather than leaving it on the seed. Okay, once we have peeled our mango, we want to cut the jaws of the mango off of our pit. So you find the pit and you just press down on it, and you keep rotating that mango and pressing that knife down, and then you're pushing the knife in about 1 inch at a time, and we get this jaw off of the mango. We're going to go ahead and slice it. It's about a 1/4 inch size slice. You know, your mango has to be ripe but firm. You don't want a soft mango for this particular process here. Now we're going to get our spatula or spreader and lift the mango up and put it right on top of the bottom layer to get our top layer here for our mango pie. We'll continue this process with another piece of mango. And we can really fan it out and get that beautiful ripple effect from the mango. And we go all the way, spread that mango thin. You push it in a little bit and you have it nice and firm. Of course, we could put more mango on it. You could put other fruits on it as well. But since we have a nice array of garnish that we're going to put on it, we're not going to put much more, but a little more jam. And you don't want to smear it with a whole lot of jam. You want to really keep the aesthetic of your mangoes present. So here we are. We make sure the holes are filled. Just put a little pressure on there, and we're good to go. Now we're going to ask Carolyn to go ahead and do her thing and take it to the next level for us. Yeah, so as Carolyn is garnishing our pie with the strawberry, we see art in motion. It's edible art when we put a pie like this together. Of course, you know, we always hear the saying, you are what you eat. Thanks for joining us in the Sun Cuisine kitchen. We're going to go ahead and get started with our curry plantain. So Andrew is going to slice up some plantains for us. We're going to do one ripe plantain where it's going to be sliced thin. Of course, the plantain is a fruit, just in the same family as the banana. We don't necessarily have to fry a plantain, boil it, bake it, steam it, and all of those things to enjoy it. You know, as we say at Sunfire Food, is that the food is actually cooked by the sun. You know, the whole growing process is the cooking period. So when the plantain is ripe and ready, then it's well done. So all we do with the plantain is slice it up and bring it right into our mixing bowl right here to do our curry plantain. So besides the plantain, we're also going to have some dill. So we're going to do about 1 tablespoon of dill will be sliced or minced to go with our curry plantain. So we're going to go ahead and put the plantain into our mixing bowl, and then we'll slice our dill weed. And besides the dill weed, we're also going to use 1/4 of a red bell pepper, or sweet pepper as it's known in some places. And this is going to be minced fine. And along with that, we're going to chop some scallion. So we have 3 sprigs of scallion, or spring onion as it is known in some places. We're going to mince those. And also, we're going to use some sun-dried tomatoes. These are the plum tomatoes that have been dehydrated or dried in the sun, and we rehydrate them right before using them. You just soak them for about 15 minutes, just in a little water to make them plump. So we're going to use 6/2 of the dry tomatoes, the plum tomatoes. In addition to that, we're going to add 1 kiwi fruit to our dish here, and the juice of a lemon, or you can use a sour orange, as we're using right here, the Seville orange, or you can use the lime, or even some grapefruit juice would be fine in this particular dish. You know, it's a marinated plantain dish, so we use the citrus juice to give it that marinade here. So that's approximately 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And we're going to add a little curry powder to this. This is our big thing. You know, the curry powder, what we're using in this here is 1 teaspoon of curry powder. The curry powder is said in certain places that you should burn the curry, you know, or preheat it rather than eating a raw curry. And many people say that because of the fact that if you eat curry raw, it's going to open up your bowels and let it evacuate. And some people, you know, are afraid to go to the toilet, unfortunately. So they say, oh, we don't like raw curry because it's going to give us the run. But, you know, as many people, especially here in Jamaica, always eat curry with their goat. You know, they have that curry goat. And I think there's a reason why that curry was put with that goat, you know, to keep the goat running out of your system. So, you know, don't burn the curry. Keep it live, okay? And we're going to go Italian with this, too. We're going to do a little fusion here. And put a little balsamic vinegar, just a 1/2 teaspoon of some Italian aged balsamic vinegar. And as we're in Italy, we're going to keep it that way with some extra virgin cold pressed olive oil. Just 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And Andrew is finishing up our kiwi Once we get our kiwi here in the mix, we're going to start mixing, and then the sun-dried tomatoes are going to come in and complement this here. So this is a dish that's really great, you know, for a relaxing day. You know, it's what some people may call a spa cuisine, but here we call it sun cuisine. So if you're having a mud bath or some type of therapeutic thing going on and you want a light lunch salad that's going to energize you, of course, this curry plantain is the perfect thing to suit the bill for this particular recipe. So we have our sun-dried tomatoes being diced up, and what we're going to do with the rest, Andrew, we're just going to slice them here real thin, right? Put them all together and slice them together so we get our sun-dried tomatoes coming in. And this gives it a little extra added dimension here. And here we are, a couple more slices of sun-dried tomatoes, and our dish is ready. You know, it's alive and ready. You know, this is fast food. I mean, this is real fast food. And not only fast food, but it's instant fast food, because as soon as Andrew finished that last stroke and put those tomatoes right in here, then everything is ready. And hey, the dish is ready to eat. Check it, Andrew. Yeah, sample there, let me see over here. All right. As the fun continue here in the Sun Cuisine kitchen, we're going to go and do our sorrel here now. So, Andrew, we have about a pound of sorrel. We're going to put that in our blender right here. So it's going to be a sorrel ginger cooler. So we're going to use 1 thumb of ginger right into our blender along with the 1 pound of sorrel. And this gets blended with cane juice. This is fresh pressed sugar cane juice. So, you know, this is not water and sugar or honey and water and those types of things. This is living juice. This is living sugar, or as we say, liquid sugar. So the body can really process it effectively. So we're putting 8 cups of cane juice right into our blender with the sorrel and the ginger. And that's going to be blended right down. Once it is blended, we're going to come to our strainer here, and we're going to strain it right into the strainer. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just put it right through our strainer, strain our sorrel. Yes, okay.
Thank you.
And to make our life easy, rather than pressing it through the strainer, we're going to transfer it to our press cloth here and put it right into the sorrel pulp right into our bowl and with the press cloth, and we're going to press that by hand. That way we put more love into it and we extract all of the juice out of the sorrel here. Get all the flavor of the ginger and the sorrel and the sugar cane coming to us. We're going to highlight that with some citrus. So we have some sliced oranges that we're going to put right into our pitcher here. And along with the sliced oranges, we're going to put our extracted sorrel juice right in here. And put the strong sorrel press right in there as well for us, Andrew.
Yep.
And as you can see,
Our sorrel is ready.
it's bubbling. It's bubbling. The sorrel cooler, you know, just great to cool you off in the summer. Good for a good day at the spa, a good day at the beach, just to chill out and relax and rehydrate the body. So, thanks for joining us, and enjoy your cooler. Wow, Dalila. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, no
Ooh,
problem.
I feel aligned just watching that. That was so good. And thank you for joining me in the kitchen, our Sun Cuisine laboratory right here. So you're so welcome all the time. Now, what we'd like to do to share with our fans that are so well aligned now, we're going to do a green high salad. And of course, the green high salad goes just as it's named. So what I like Dalila to do is just get some avocados and dice those up for us. And with the green high, what we're doing with a green high is basically using all the greens that we have available in our refrigerator at this time. So whether it's bok choy or pak choy, mustard greens, snow peas, olives. We have the big Italian green olives. Uh, and then also okra. We have spinach. We have broccoli. We also have zucchini. We have some scallion right here as well. Let's go ahead and put the avocado right back on our platter, Dalila. And we're going to also, besides that, we're going to use some broccoli. So the broccoli, Dalila is going to shred the broccoli for us on the grater. Just use the grater and just grate it for us. With your avocado, what you want to do is when you're going to take the seed out, just get your knife and just tap it and twist. And then you can just drop it right into your trash bin, okay? So that way you do it, with finesse, with style. You know how we move here. Okay, so Dalila is just grating the broccoli for us. See, the broccoli has to be fine when you're using it, especially raw, because you want to release the mustard oils, the mustard gas that's in it. And that's good, Dalila.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that right into our mixing bowl here.
Okay.
So we're going to use our spatula and lift the board up and scrape it right into our mixing bowl. Okay. This looks real good. Okay. And another thing we're going to do is ask Dalila to do for us is to shred some zucchini right on our large grater blade here.
Is there a special technique? Because I felt a little awkward with the broccoli there.
Well, I know but the technique is in the posture. And you got that going on. So,
Okay.
the hand motion and those things, we're not even watching that. We're watching the posture right now. But no, it's been fine. No problem whatsoever. Okay, that's good. That's enough zucchini here. Just a little hint. So we're going to put the zucchini right into our mixing platter with everything else. And we have some dandelion herbs. Dandelion grows all over the world. You find dandelion even growing in New York City in concrete jungle, right coming out through the cracks of the concrete. So anywhere you see some dandelion, pick some and use it in your greens. It's really, really very invigorating. Okay, besides that, we also have some parsley as well. And another thing that we're going to do to enhance this salad is, let's go ahead and put those right there. Okay, and you can start tossing that up for us, Dalila. And we're going to come with some nori seaweeds as well. I'm going to go ahead and cut this nori seaweed into some strips while Dalila do some tossing for us. It looks so good. Well, see that, this is one thing that's very important, Dalila. You know that you are what you eat.
That's right.
And our people love to look good. So why not eat look good food? Hey, So we're going to get these noris into some little strips here and add that right to our mix here. The seaweed is very high in trace minerals. It helps to counteract radiation. Yeah. Hey, for today's young people who are so glued to the computer, and some that are glued to the TV and getting bombarded with these radioactive rays, some seaweed would really work good for you every day.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So let's sprinkle a little kelp on there. Oh, that looks good. Let's sprinkle a little kelp on it for us, Dalila. Okay, yeah, just a little small sprinkle. And that looks good. And add some of our Italian herbs
All right.
as well. And I'm gonna just touch it up. Yeah, just go ahead.
Gently.
About a teaspoon of Italian herb. Yeah, you see there's like rosemary. Oh, that's good right there.
Excellent.
Rosemary and all those wonderful things in there.
Healing properties.
And let's add about a teaspoon of olive oil.
Okay.
Okay. And you know, again, as we say, this is a green high dish. You know, and watch her just doing it with grace. Oh, look at her. Okay, go ahead. Just put that down for us there, and just toss and mix.
Toss and mix.
Yeah, go ahead and toss and mix.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you know, see, a green high salad, what we're going to do to really make sure that you get the point is that we're going to add some protein to it, but in the way of hemp seed. Okay? So we're just going to drop a little sprinkle of some hemp seed powder on there, very high protein. And wow, looks like we have it going on right there, Dalila. So let's go ahead and transfer it right here to our display
Okay.
platter.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Gently.
Gently, with grace,
With grace.
all the time.
All right.
I mean, real grace. All right.
Excellent. That looks so good. Can't wait to taste it.
Okay. Feng Shui, yeah? More grace to it. Okay, well, thank you so much, Dalila. That looks real good. All right, now let's go ahead and step over to our other side here. And we're going to do something to complement that. You know, that's for the female there. You know, lots of iron, lots of all those rich stuff.
Right,
Now we're going to do something for the men on this side. We're going to do some pumpkin seed. We're going to do a pumpkin seed nut meat. Okay, so we have thyme. Let's pull the leaves off the thyme for the pumpkin seed. You know, we love thyme into our nut. Right here. Just scrape them off right here. You just use your fingernail and pull your thyme leaves right here. So along with the thyme leaves, we have red pepper, red sweet pepper. We have the yellow pepper. We have some celery as well. And also, we're going to add a couple of cloves of garlic to this. Just cut the garlic a couple of times and put it right in the mix there. We're going to add a small piece of onion, and we're using the red onion because, you know, the more color, the more vibration, the more minerals. You know, substance come in color. So you want to really get that spectrum of the rainbow. Let's bring it over here, Dalila, and put it right into our food processor. Okay, yeah, go ahead and put your hands in there. Of course, we want to taste the love. All right, and I'm going to add a piece of pepper to this, and just put the pumpkin seed in as well. You can use that spatula to put it right in, and a small piece of hot pepper is going in. Okay, and besides that, we're going to use a little Thai seasoning. This is a really, really excellent seasoning blend for something like a pumpkin seed meat. Okay, so we're going to put about a teaspoon of the Thai seasoning in there. Dalila is going to add a little of the Celtic sea salt and just a pinch. And you know what a pinch means. Just put your nice, beautiful fingers in there and just pinch what you can handle. Okay, and I'm going to also add some allspice or pimento right to the mix here. Just about a quarter teaspoon of allspice. And looks like we're good for our grind here. So just go ahead and turn it on, Dalila, and grind it down for us. Okay. And you know, talking about grind here, you could go ahead and do this.
Okay, I'll take that.
Talking about perfect grind, you know, these pumpkin seeds, you know, we do also call them pumping seeds, you know, because it really helps to strengthen the male prostate glands, you know. So if you really want a solid grind, you really need to get that prostate gland pumping up with some seeds, you know, because it's reproductive energy. It is life force when you're using seeds. So you're using these seeds to activate your seeds as well. Lots of zinc. Zinc is a mineral that males really lose a lot when you ejaculate. So you want to replenish that zinc by having some pumpkin seed in your diet. But of course you can share it with your mate as well, Dalila, because pumpkin seed does strengthen the female uterus also.
Okay.
So it's a his and hers kind of meat, you know, good for both.
All right.
All right. Now that looks great.
Okay.
Okay, you want to put your finishing touch on it and garnish it off for us, Dalila?
Will.
Okay. Some capers?
What you say?
All right, yes, here we go.
All right. on top?
Yeah, oh, yeah, of course. Look at you. Just right.
Okay.
Okay. So as you see here, dinner for two is ready. So what we'd like to do now, Delilah, I'd like to invite you for dinner. Would you join me?
Sure, I'd love to join you.
Okay, let's get our dining table right in focus here. Let's move that allspice for me, Delilah, please. Okay. All right. Well, you can go ahead
I'll
and,
just
and
serve it up?
yeah, just serve out some of the pumpkin seed right onto each of our plates. I mean, this has been such an enjoyable show right here. To have this grace here, to grace us and to actually be served, with grace as well. I mean, this really requires some pumpkin seeds, so it's the perfect the perfect blend here for us. All right, look at her. She's loading mines up. Thank you so much. All right, and get some green high there, Okay. Now, what I like you to do with the green high is just put it on with your fingers for me. Yeah, please. Okay, look at that. And I'm going to help you here with some cucumber. I'll put a little garnish of cucumber here, one over here. I'll get us some alfalfa sprouts also. Okay.
Seaweed, yes.
Okay.
So we're done here?
It looks.
You want a little more? You fine.
I think I could use a little more.
Okay.
Yeah,
A little
great.
more green, huh?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Okay. Wow, please join me, join me. Yeah, come on in. Step in and join us. Delilah, this is magnificent. It's been a pleasure working with you,
Yes, it has. It's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you for inviting me to dinner.
Oh, you are so welcome. Yes, welcome to our Conscious Cookery kitchen zone here. And we are really interested in sharing with you an exciting way to enjoy the traditional Jamaican rice and peas. And we're doing it in a way that is beyond the normal. This is a fresh made coconut rice and peas, and we already have it ready for you. So we're going to go ahead and pour it right into our mixing bowl here. Now we steam the rice with thyme leaves, and also we used the fresh gunga peas, or pigeon peas as it's known in certain circles. We also used the broad bean, which you also know as the lima bean. Let's go ahead and add all our rice in here. And Andrew is going to go and get some prepping done for us right now. So we're going to prep some red onion as well to go along with this. We're going to remove our thyme leaves, stems, right from our mixing bowl here. Now, one of the interesting thing about this is that in the preparation, I said we use our gunga peas, we use the lima beans or the broad beans. We had a brown rice that we used, and also the thyme. This was all simmered down in a very light steam. Now, besides this, and traditionally when a coconut rice and peas is made, it is boiled down in the coconut milk. But we want to share with you the whole conscious cookery technique, where we're not going to boil the coconut milk down because, of course, the coconut would be difficult to digest when you cook it like that. So after the dish is done, we're going to add the coconut. And we're not using coconut milk. We're actually using coconut cream. What we did, we used our juicer, and we juiced the coconut. We used the mature coconut. We take the coconut meat, run it right through the juicer. No water added or anything of that sort. Just juice, and we get this rich, fresh cream. So we're going to go ahead and add our coconut cream right now at this point, and we're going to toss that in. So you see, you're going to get your rich coconut flavor now with this. Andrew is going to go ahead and add some minced red onions to this as well. And we're going to also add some of our seasoning. We're going to use a traditional Oriental seasoning, a Thai seasoning that we're going to add to this. We're going to add just a teaspoon of our Thai seasoning. Just sprinkle it right in and just keep mixing and tossing. And that's good right there. Now, in addition to this, we use the Celtic sea salt, but we actually put the sea salt in the steam. It was actually steamed in the sea salt water. So that's already in the flavor, right in the mix as well. And now what we're going to do is, ideally with you, in preparing a dish like this, you know, it's ready to eat once it's done this way. So what we'll do is just go ahead and transfer it to our serving platter, and we're going to put a garnish on it. So you see, the art of slow cooking, or as we say now, conscious cooking, is not to boil everything down, not to just break things down to a point where it is difficult for you to digest. And since we use the fresh peas, we did not have to soak them. Of course, if you use the dry peas, you would have to soak them overnight for 12 hours. So Andrew, let's go ahead and transfer this right to our serving platter right here. So we put all our nicely prepared fresh coconut rice and peas with the gunga peas, with the lima beans, or the broad beans as it's called here in Jamaica. And it's got our coconut cream all in there as well. And then we're going to go ahead and put a little garnish right on our mix here. Let's go ahead and get it all in, because, you know, in a dish like this, we want to make sure we have more than enough, you know, because when this cream lights up your mouth, you're going to want to make sure that there's some seconds around, okay? We don't want to lose any, okay? All right, well, we'll leave it at that level here and get it all set up there. Now we're going to go ahead and garnish it with some onion rings. You know, you could just place some onion rings all around it. You know, and this kind of reminisces like some traditional dishes that they do in certain places, you know, like say in the Middle East, they do the lentil rice dish. But of course, they saute the onions, but we want our onions still alive, you know, because the mustard oil in that onion, when you crunch it, that's going to help to digest this food for you. And we're going to go ahead and add some tomatoes to this. Now, we have these special tomatoes from our garden. These are the yellow teardrop tomatoes that we're going to add those as a garnish. So the art and science of Sun cuisine in a transition for those of us who are just becoming vegetarians, and for those of us who want to eat foods that are more consciously prepared, this is the way that we do it. And we have it ready to serve, ready to eat. And we're going to go along with this, we're going to have our calabash pumpkin soup that will be coming up right next. So we'll see you in the soup zone. All right, thank you. Yes, here we are again, back in the conscious cookery zone in our kitchen here at Sun Cuisine. And what we're going to do to keep up with our feature of our coconut, we're going to do the pumpkin soup. And this is a calabash pumpkin soup that we're going to be bringing to you. So let's go ahead, Andrew, and let's get our pumpkin. We've already pre-steamed the pumpkin for you. So we've steamed one small tropical pumpkin, and we're going to put it right into our blender with the water, and we're going to blend this for you here. And again, this is just pumpkin that has been steamed just in the water. And in addition to the pumpkin and the water in the blend, we're going to add a little olive oil. So we're adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil to our blend here. And once we've gotten that blended, we're going to add other ingredients here for you. So besides the pumpkin, we're using the coconut, which we juiced the coconut to make a coconut cream. And in addition to the coconut cream, we're using a Scotch bonnet pepper, that real hot, fiery Jamaican pepper. That looks like we have a good blend there, right, Andrew? Okay, let's bring it on right over and pour it right into our bowl here. So as you see, you know, we're making a soup without boiling things down to death. You don't have to boil the pot down to death to make a soup. Pumpkin don't take that much cooking to get done. So let's go ahead and add the rest of our pumpkin right into our blender here. Okay, and let's add some liquid from our soup that we've already blended right into that. So bring it right on over here, and let's add some liquid to our blend here. And that should get us a nice thick pumpkin blend. And we have enough olive oil in there. So while Andrew is blending the next batch, we're going to go ahead and just add some of our seasoning here. We're going to add some thyme, fresh thyme leaves that we're just going to just pull right off of the stem and put it right in whole. Okay, Andrew, here we go. Let's add that right to our mix. Okay, fantastic.
That looks like pumpkin.
That looks like pumpkin. It sure. Let's go ahead and get some garnish seasoning ready. We're going to do some scallion. That is the green onion here, the spring onion. So we're going to just mince some spring onion fine for you and keep adding this thyme leaf. You don't have to cook thyme leaf to get the flavor out of it, especially if it's fresh, you know, because you're going to actually destroy the healing quality of the thyme. So we're going to put it in just whole, just like that. And besides that, we're going to put a little herbal seasoning. This is an all-natural herb and spice seasoning that has a little rosemary and some savory in here and a little oregano. So we're putting 1 teaspoon of our savory seasoning and the salt. We're going to add our salt at this point. You know, just a pinch of our Celtic sea salt here. And again, we use the Celtic sea salt because it breaks down very smoothly in your system and it actually leaves the system. So we're using just 1/2 teaspoon of our Celtic sea salt. So we have our scallion, and is a little celery is ready yet? Okay, just the scallion. And here we have some pepper. A Scotch bonnet, half of a very fiery Scotch bonnet pepper. I mean, it's so fiery that we had to take the seeds out, kind of cool it down for you here, you know, because we're already in the tropics, you know, we got enough heat. So here we are. We're going to mince some celery as well to go along with this. Then we're going to add some garlic. We're going to press 3 cloves of garlic right in. Now, you know, garlic, you want to use a press, and you want to press it raw, you know, because it has a very strong mustard oil in it, which is very antiseptic. It's very cleansing, very healing. So you don't want to let that healing quality of the mustard oil go up in steam and they smell your pot. Oh, it smells good. I can smell the garlic. But you're smelling the medicine, the healing quality of the garlic that is going up in steam. So we're just going to add it right fresh to our mix, just as we did with the pepper. I mean, you don't really need to cook pepper to get it ready, to get the value out of it, you know, and that way the pepper is not going to burn you coming out. Because, you know, when you cook that pepper, that acid really just smack you on its way out. Let's get some tomato for the garnish here. Yeah. So we got our pressed garlic in, and we're going to go ahead and just finish just tossing this up and mixing it. So, you know, the actual celery and the scallion that we've put in, they're going to just cook with the steam that's already in here. So you don't have to boil them down to get, you know, your seasoning flavor out of them. So you get that nice crunch still because it is now still alive and vibrant with the energy in it that you're looking for. So Andrew is going to do some julienne tomatoes for us to garnish this. And besides the tomato, we're going to go ahead and put some celery leaves just right around. You know, this is our fresh Jamaican celery here. Let's place them right on top, Andrew, so they don't sink in. Just move them around. And just a little few of our fresh grown and harvested Jamaican celery as our garnish. Yes, and of course, you know, it's not a calabash pumpkin soup if it doesn't have the coconut cream. And you know, to keep that coconut cream to be that dream that you love, we don't cook the coconut cream. Okay, so we put it in just fresh while it's ready for us to enjoy without it having to be broken down in a way by heat that our body cannot actually digest it well. So here we are with our fresh coconut cream to top off our calabash pumpkin soup. So what do you say, Andrew?
Superb.
Superb. Okay, so we're gonna put you to the test, and we're gonna set it up so you know we get our audience here to sample it and see what Andrew is talking about. This superb calabash pumpkin soup. Hey, enjoy it, you know, while we savor it for you. See you the next time.